And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Whittington. It's a fumble on the play. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turn.
Well, that's not the start this offense wanted. Your starting running back puts it on the ground on his very first carry. This is a guy they need to have a big game. They need him to get his confidence going, and that last play isn't going to do that.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. Back to pass, it's Green. Oh, they're after him! No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with the clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long, but players like that getting after him.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Makes the catch. There he goes. Inside the 20-yard line, pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. It's complete to the right. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Throws to the back. He caught it. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Arkansas! Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Moore to the air. Here's the pressure. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Pressure coming. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. The short hands, it's Blake. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Stands in and takes the hit. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
That is what I'm talking about. So many guys lose where they're at on the field, lose the down and distance.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live and dime. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Running into the open space. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. And the Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Moore will throw. Right through his hands, incomplete. I think he knew he had a chance for a big play, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. With the catch, it's Whittington. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. We've reached the break. Arkansas has the lead. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. The offense changing the play. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. That is confidence in your arm streak. Look at the revolutions on that one as he zips it in there.
Confidence, arm arrogance, whatever you want to call it. You could tell he believed it, put it right where he needed to. You got double coverage, you got to fit it in there. He believed, and he did.
So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're set to kick it off, and you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Yes, that's one way to ensure there's no return as the kickoff goes out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. defense not showing press coverage. Back to throw, it's Green. Under fire. Ball is loose. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover. The quarterback tried to make something out of it with his legs, but instead, he turns the football over.
And this is what you like about the quarterback. You don't want to handcuff him. You want to give him the freedom and the flexibility to get outside and create. That's where he's...
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Really nice job there by the defense, because I think they baited the QB into trying to fit that one in over the middle of the field. Remember, it's a big zone coverage. They've all got their eyes on him back there in the pocket, and they just let him feel like, maybe I can fit this football in. Not so fast. They come away with the pick.
Scrambling away. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense trying to take it back.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat and you're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground and getting the football out, a little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Handoff from the gun. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Moore to the air. Makes the catch. It's Green. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
Deep to shallow. That's what I have to understand that as a defensive guy. I take away those passes beyond the sticks, and then I react to those quick throws they have to the running back. It's my athlete versus yours. The defense won that battle.
Quarterback making checks. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. He's got a first down. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19. They're in the red zone.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit, because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one, and they keep the drive alive.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Quarterback adapting. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. Moore will throw. Fires to the middle. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. This try will come from the left hash, and he'll try to curl it in from 38. Absolute shank. Missed it. And after the miss, they're still down by a single.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
They'll move the tight end. Give to the single back. Makes his man miss.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Razorbacks can really attack on this second and short. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Defense playing a bail technique. Finds a little space. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Backed up now, here's second and long. Scanning the field, it's Green. Trying to make magic with his feet. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. And the Razorbacks racing to the line in the hurry up. They turn to the passing game on third and short. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
You have got to have pass rushing lane integrity when you face this quarterback. On third down, someone gets out of his gap right up the middle. It's easy for the quarterback to see. He just tucks it and takes off and picks up the first down.
The Razorbacks have it with a 1st and 10. Pocket breaking down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
And the defense catches a break on that one. And this guy's not a superstar, but he's pretty dang reliable. And we talked to them about this guy. Like, he's kind of the security blanket for the quarterback. And him to drop that football doesn't happen often. You take those look.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
And this offense just can't get out of their own way. 3 possessions, 3 turnovers. Jesse, you have to take better care of the football. They're turning this thing over like they're a non-profit.
Yeah, this thing goes back to football 101 now. 5 points of pressure. Everybody who touches the football. Forget about X's and O's in scheme.
He lost it high and deep down the left side. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here late in the first half. They're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completion.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Touchdown Ducks! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
That's a great job by this offense. That's how you work the clock. You want to take as much as you can and punch that ball in the end zone. Masterful clock management, and they now take the lead going into the half.
And you just got to wonder, too, David, how does that affect the confidence of the defense, right? They needed to find some way, somehow, to get a stop, limit the damage on that final drive. They give up a touchdown. They're going into halftime now, trailing. They've got to raise their level of play in the second half.
Play the analytics here, and you go for 2.
Let's go! Let's go!
Moore to the air. He's got it for the two-point conversion.
And it's more common to throw for the two-point conversion than it is to run anymore. So you practice these a lot. You can tell. Nice timing, nice rhythm, in sync, nice two-point conversion.
A rather inauspicious start with the kickoff out of bounds and great field position for this offense. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking downfield on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. And that was not what they had in mind as the kickoff sails out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Wants to go up top on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
This offense is done being patient. They're down on the scoreboard here. Now, early in their first possession in the third quarter, they're being aggressive. They're taking shots. They're trusting their playmakers outside to get it done. That time, the defense, really nice job forcing the incompletion. They were ready for it. This offense, though, they need to stay aggressive.
Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. To the air, it's Green. Finds his tight end. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. And the Razorbacks want to move quickly.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Washington.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Lost to throw again. Gets it out fast. It's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a...
Well, the quarterback got it to his receiver quickly and gave him an opportunity to make a few moves after the catch, but he's got to do a better job with ball security that time. That is a costly fumble.
And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Razorbacks come to the line with a new set of downs.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Sends it back in motion. Here's a heat. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
Well, just nowhere to go there. And it started in the pocket. It was collapsing. Quarterback felt it. So he tried to get outside, make something happen himself, but give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit. They're able to give up no gain.
Looking to throw, it's Green. Rushes on him. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
And the Razorbacks will try to convert on fourth down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Yeah, and he called calls his own number, tries to go get the first down, but he just couldn't get to it. Nice job by the defense, locking in, not letting him get that extra couple yards that he needed to get the big first down.
He lofts one down the sideline. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down. Working well behind the sticks on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Intercepted, just what the defense's doctor ordered. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Look, that interception is not the quarterback's fault. It's those dumb coaches for putting him in the game.
Putting him in that position in the first place, right? I'll tell you what, let's give the defender some credit here. I think Reese,
He'll take a shot. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off.
That's the advantage right there of having your dime personnel on the field. You've got an extra DB. You've got an extra guy out there who's really good at covering. So for quarterbacks, you've got to be so good and precise with these passes because they've got speed in the back end. They're able to come away with the pick.
They'll start this drive with a pass. Throwing right. Hits the open man. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Ooh, that's a nice throw. Great accuracy there. And when you think about Oregon quarterbacks, I know we think about guys running around a little bit, but think back to guys like Dan Fouts, A.J. Feely. How about that name? Joey Harrington, of course, Justin Herbert. These guys could thread the needle from the pocket, make all the throws. This guy here reminds me a little bit of them.
The Ducks with a second and short to keep this drive moving. They go to the ground. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Touch pass on the right. Quick spin on the right. It's a seam wide open. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. They want that clock to run. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? And by going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
They'll send the tight end in motion. From the gun, running back gets the give. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Moore will throw. Under fire. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure. The quarterback gets hit. Just not on the same page with his target.
Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
The snap sets up the throw. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now.
2-point plays, the windows are very small to throw into. That time, he just tried to force it into a tiny window, ended up being picked, and the offense comes away with no points.
And that is not what they were after. Kickoff sails out of bounds, an excellent field position for this offense. The DBs will back off a bit. Looking to throw on first down. Here comes the heat.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Gonna swing it on second down. Bring in the heat. He's gonna take off. Past the 45. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. The Razorbacks want to crank the tempo.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw...
Grabs it inside the 15. Right on the money with that throw. The defense was there, but they are in the red zone with a first down at the 12. And the Razorbacks will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Green. Get it out to the supersonic guy. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. The option look. Now the pitch. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And with the lead late in this football game, I expect to see more of this from this offense. And what am I telling my running back, who's already put the ball on the ground once today? 2 hands on the football. We're not fighting for all this extra yardage. Like, protect the football. We cannot put that thing on the deck.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Few things on offense as reliable as a tough power back as he plows his way ahead to the 33. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Ducks line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. Turning it on! 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. And the Ducks, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. After the good pickup on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. Moore to the air. Release to the back. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
And And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a 1-possession lead. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. Timeout, Arkansas. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. To the air on 1st down. He's taking a deep shot. It's incomplete, and they had a chance in the end zone, and he just couldn't come up with it, and that's going to do it. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get the close win.
Yeah, Reese, big time.